Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Totally Everything podcast with Tommy,
Dewan, and Cam.
Yay! So this is episode 32. Welcome back, guys.
Ooh. Hey.
So, Erin and I weren't able to record, so I pulled these two in because why not? Today we are going to be talking about control. Control, meaning...
Yeah, there's different ways you can say control. So what do you mean control?
I mean, while I was growing up, you basically have to obey your parents up until you move out or out of under their roof or something. Because if not, you're going to get grounded, you're going to get spanked, whatever disciplinary action your parents may take upon you. But yeah, it's like you've got to... I don't know what I'm trying to say here.
I mean, for my mom and not dad, or he's an asshole. For my mom, the way we were raised up, as we did have to listen to her, because it was like her house, her roof, and she paid the bills. But at the same time about it, when we was like around 17, 16 years old, she pretty much said like, you have to respect what I tell you. But she said if you don't, I'm not gonna like stop you. You gotta learn from yourself. Mm-hmm. That's what my mom first told me. So we still respected her, but if we didn't mess up, she gonna say, I told you so. Now you gotta learn from what you fucked up on. That's how I see it, you know. But I don't know where you're going with this, so I'm just throwing in my 2 cents.
Oh well, I didn't get that. Like, my mom gave us a look, and we just knew. We knew.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, like, I never messed up, but if we, like, example in the grocery store, if we're being loud, whatever, my mom just gave me a look, and that means shut the fuck up, or I'm gonna beat your ass in the store. Then shut up. Or what my mom used to do. If we act up, she would grab our shoulder, act like she's like just being on stage.
Yep.
And she squeeze it real hard, really hard. And then that way you was like, you know, all right, she's serious. But she don't want to beat you in public. She's going to grab your shoulder and squeeze that bitch till it hurts.
Oh my God.
So.
Yeah, and we didn't get spankings. We got whoopings. We got ass kicking.
Mm-hmm. Get that stick.
My dad used a paddle.
A paddle?
That's nothing. How big?
It was a wooden paddle. It was like...
Well, you ain't had nothing till you had the switch.
My mom got a nigga stick.
The extension cord.
Anything she could grab, that's a long reach.
A ruler.
Man.
Like a yardstick. Like, where'd you get a yardstick from?
Oh, boy. Wow. But yeah, so control meaning, like... Whenever you move out, Dewan, I apologize ahead of time.
Okay.
So whenever you're in a relationship, and so you've grown up, like you spent 18 years or however many long that you've lived under your parents' house, whatever the rule is. You grew up listening and taking orders from your parents, like do the dishes, do your chores, learn responsibility, blah, 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 take out the trash, take care of the dog, whatever. Now, when you reach 18 or blah, 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 to when you can start making your own actions, say you happen to get into a relationship, and then you lose that control.
What do you... Okay, what
do you mean lose?
Yeah, what control did you lose?
Do you...
Because, let me look this up real quick. Because let me see what I'm actually trying to accomplish here by saying this.
Okay. I'd love to know.
You lose the control. Like, as in you don't do the dishes and laundry? Or, like, I don't get it. I'm confused.
I'm sure he will fill us in
I
on
need confusion.
Okay, so I wrote, I've been controlled my whole life, meaning being raised by my parents.
yeah.
Now I want to control. I've obeyed the rules as a kid, and now where's my reward?
So you're saying for the 18 years you lived with your parents, you follow what they said, and then when you moved out, you expect something in return, like something like, "Hey, I did this for 18 years. What's my prize?"
Maybe. Man, I wrote this down so long ago, I can't exactly remember. So above that, I have written being an adult versus being treated as an adult.
And what do you mean by that?
Man, you guys are testing me today.
Okay, wait. Before we jump with that, let's go back to control. Because when you say you deserve a prize, you probably don't know it, but your prize is actually like you're level-headed. You know what's right from wrong. You know what to do in life and whatever. That's your reward. There's no like money in return. There's no
I'm not expecting
9-day
that,
back guarantee. Like your prize is pretty much like your knowledge from your parents went down to you. Even the bad ones. That's how I see it anyway. So, okay, they raised you to be a good, normal person and be respectful and understanding, and that's what they like. That's what they show you when you're a kid. So when you grow up, you actually get that in your head, and by the time you move out or 18, 19, whatever, you actually know how to do all that without the need of your parents.
From my experience, from what me and Tommy have gone through our 5 years of being together, I don't think that's what he means. I feel like it's something that has something to do with the relationship.
Okay, so my parents basically were bossing me around. Basically, I had no choice. I'm not saying this to bash my parents or anything, but I had no choice, basically. So now that I'm back in a relationship, or that now that I'm in a relationship, I kind of lose that control. Because being a kid, I kind of wanted that independency of doing whatever I want.
Yeah. This is America.
Sadly.
But
Yeah,
I wanted that independency, but being in a relationship, it's kind of hindering my want.
What are you wanting exactly? What control are you wanting to... Yeah, what are you trying to control?
What I want to do.
What do you want to do?
Whatever I want.
what is it that you want to do? Like I feel like, you know, since you're in a relationship, you know, there's just some.
I mean,
things...
it's a given that you're not going to have full control over everything.
Exactly.
I'm thinking Lynette Scavo here.
Who is Lynette Scavo?
Desperate
Housewives.
Housewives.
Jesus.
See, she grew up basically having to take care of her storyline, at least. She grew up having to take care of her family because her mom was an alcoholic. I don't know what happened with her dad, but she was the oldest sister out of her family, and she had to grow up early as a child and take care of the family since her mom couldn't.
Yeah.
So now that went into her adult life in the show, and they come across that every now and then where, like, say, shoot, I don't remember her name, the old lady, Mrs. McCluskey, her boyfriend Roy,
Yeah, maybe.
her boyfriend Roy, he became like her maintenance man or handyman on the side. She gave him orders. He didn't want to do her orders unless it was approved by the man of the house. So then that came up in that situation where Tom gives her control because that's what she's used to, or else she thinks everything is going to fall apart.
Right.
You see where I'm coming from with that?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see how it, incorporates.
Not everything about that is a part of my life, but I'm just saying I feel like it might be an OCD type thing for me, where if things don't go a certain way for me, I feel like certain aspects of my life will fall apart. Ish.
Do you know which aspects you're thinking of?
No, we are digging way too deep
No,
into
because
this.
all right, well,
Is this a podcast or
Like-
just a personal talk?
Is this a therapy session for
like,
real?
I feel like I feel like with you, control would be, you know, like you have plenty of control. Like look at when we get groceries, we don't touch the groceries. We let you do everything you want
I
to do.
experienced this myself.
We follow your house rules and orders, or we try to anyway. I mean, there's so many that eventually you start forgetting them, or you have to put things on the coaster. You have to do this, have to do that. You don't think you have control?
Okay, I know I'm not a factor, but my personal opinion, I'm trying to say this in a way that you guys can understand. I'm not saying you don't have control, but you do have control. But I can get where Dwan is coming from, to where like grocery shopping or just house stuff, you like to have it on a certain way and whatever. Like even when I buy food, you want me to stack my food and your food, and you're like, you're stacking it wrong. I'm like, well, fuck. So I just back off. And it's like it just yeah, like there's so much stuff to remember in this apartment that I do forget sometimes. Like, I mean, I never used to close the bathroom door, but now since I lived here, I close it everywhere I go. It's a habit. And with the dishes, rinse them off before you put in the sink and put on the side.
Yep.
With the groceries, with the shoes on the rack. You know, it's just a lot of stuff to remember, and sometimes I do forget. And it seemed like, I mean, not in a bad way, I'm not trying to like shit on you, but it seemed like when you have stuff in order, but soon as like one piece falls off, your whole mood and aspect
Everything
just crashes, and you
down.
just get frustrated. Like sometimes I see it, because like sometimes it can be one really minor problem, and then you just stomp around the house and you just get upset, and then you just get mad. I'm like, well, there go time for today. Let's see if you wake up the same way tomorrow. That's how I see it anyway. I'm not trying to say it in a bad way. I'm just saying, like, something bad happens, like one minor thing, you lose it. Like everything has to be on point. As soon as one thing's off the line, it's done for you for the day.
So basically, you are the Lynette Scavo.
I guess I don't watch that show.
I'm not that bad of a person, I promise.
I don't know. Like for me, I don't know. Like when it comes to control, I don't control people. I don't care what they do. But I don't know. I was always laid back. My mom, she never like spanked me or yelled at me, so for like a couple of times. But I'm not a bad person, like bad kid. I just don't. My mood is like I don't care. Like if I don't know, I just don't care about shit anymore. I got so much stuff in my life to where minor stuff like that is not a problem to me. So I don't really care. So like I don't really have control. And when I see controlling people, I'm like, you do you. But the thing about it is like, don't let that control your life. Mm-hmm. So,
and like for me, I don't feel like I don't really care, or I don't feel like I have like control over really anything. Honestly, like with like the relationship part of it with control, it's not control. There's a level of respect and common, you know, regular relationship stuff that I just feel like, you know, it needs to be. There just needs to be a level of respect, you know. Like if you're going to, if you mean control, like you want to go out and do whatever you want, just because you want that control over yourself, over your life. That's like, what are you in a relationship for? Unless you just find somebody who literally just doesn't care at all, which
me.
Like, which I think is rare. I'm pretty sure you would say something if I just kept leaving and going out, not saying anything to you. There needs to be a level of respect and trust. Like, you know, how do you gain that, right?
You know what? I'm not gonna talk about it now, but for like the next topic, not on this podcast, but the next topic, we should just talk about relationships and trust and benefits and pros and cons.
Oh shit.